I get asked this a lot. What's the best way to use Facebook ads to generate leads for real estate listings? My number one go-to strategy is Facebook lead form ads. In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step how to create a lead form ad with Facebook Ads Manager, and I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks and settings that I use to get the maximum results. So stay tuned. Let's get into it right now. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Lowell Brown from Going Social. I run a digital marketing agency in Toronto. I deal with a lot of real estate clients, and a lot of what I do in addition to social media management for them is running Facebook and Instagram advertising campaigns. Now, if you're looking for more content and strategies for Facebook ads and how to get leads, leave me a comment below. Just write Facebook leads. I've got a couple other videos coming up showing you different settings and styles of ads that you can use to get leads for your real estate business. And all I want you to do is click like below and that little bell icon, that subscribe icon, because that way you're going to get notified the next time I create a video. And also by liking this video, it'll help other people get exposed to it so I can help them with their real estate needs as well. So thank you in advance for that. But right now, let's get into screen sharing mode, and I'm going to show you step by step how to create a lead form ad on Facebook so you can get low cost, high quality leads right, easy, done for you. Okay, so we're here in screen sharing mode, and what I want to show you is the first thing that you need to do. It's really easy. All you have to do is click right up here, and we're going to start with creating a brand new campaign. And the first thing you're going to get opened up to and presented with is this screen. And this is basically asking you, what is the objective of the ad campaign that you're creating? With this one, we want to go with leads. Nice and easy, simple. Just click continue, and we're going to go to the next screen. Now, hey, I want to pause here for a second because sometimes when you go and create a new ad campaign and you select your goal, you may get prompted with a quick little screen, a screen that's going to pop up. It's going to show you a dialog box, and it's going to ask you if you want to use an automated way to create your ad campaign or if you want manual control. And the manual control is right on the bottom there, and you want to choose manual control for this. Why? The reason is that with that automated setup, they're trying to make it easy for you and make the process of creating your ad campaign faster. But what actually they are doing is cutting back on some of the things that you can customize. So they're making it a simple process, but what we want to do with these campaigns is we want full control. So make sure you click on create your campaign manually. Let's get back into the demo right now, and we'll take it from there. The next thing we want to do here is just create a name for our campaign. Now, you always want to create a name because if you're looking back on this ad campaign later, you need to know what it was for. So typically I will create this with the name of the property. So let's just say 123 Forest Lane as an example. And then the other thing, because we are creating a real estate ad, we need to designate this as a special ad category. Otherwise, if you don't do this, your ad and your ad campaign and your entire account can get flagged or shut down. We don't want that to happen. So just select a special interest category of housing that is going to limit some of the customizations we can do with this ad campaign, basically how we can target the ad campaign or who we can target to, but that's really not a big deal. I don't want you to worry about it. This is how you have to create these ads so that you don't get your ad account shut down. So just follow the rules, follow these guidelines, you'll be fine. So once we've got that housing category set up, you will be asked to select the category of country. So if you're in the States and you're creating ads for real estate, select United States. I'm in Toronto, Canada, so that's why Canada is showing right here. The next thing, we do not need to do any A/B testing, and we do not want to do Advantage Campaign Plus. Again, this is one of those settings where it's basically trying to allow Facebook more control to automate things for us. We don't want that. We want to control it ourselves with these campaigns. So stick with this, and we can go to the next section, which is the ad set level. Again, when you get to the ad set level, the first thing you want to do is name your ad campaign. So what I'm going to do is call it this lead form ads. Again, you can do anything you want to do here Forest Lane. This is just something that I would do so that I can remember what these campaigns were for. Sometimes if you're creating an ad campaign, you might have more than one ad set. So this way you can differentiate them. There are times where I might run Facebook ads in one ad set and Instagram ads in a separate ad set. And by naming it, Facebook or Instagram, I can tell the difference. So we're just going to do a generic one for both platforms. So I'm just going to leave it nice and easy. Under conversion style, you want to have instant forms selected because we are creating a lead form style ad. And then make sure that you select your Facebook page. In this example, I'm using my own account. This would be my client's account or your own account, typically. So you would just make sure you select the correct Facebook page in case you have more than one. If you haven't already, you will be prompted with a message here that you must agree to the terms, Facebook's terms of use for running ad campaigns of this style. I've already done that, so it's just showing me that I've accepted it. But if you see a red box here or something, you may, if this is the first time you're doing it, you may have to agree to those terms. We can just skip below. This is fine to leave as is. We don't need anything under cost per result goals. We want to leave that as is and let Facebook do its magic. We don't need anything under catalogs. I have seen some clients where they've set up or pulled in a database stream of their Facebook listings, their real estate listings as a catalog through Facebook so that it can automatically pull in pictures and data on listings. In this case, we don't really need to do that. So we're just going to leave this as is. And then you get down to the daily budget section. And here with the daily budget, I would recommend you start, we're just, for this example, we're going to say $10 a day. I have some clients, usually what I'll start with is between 15 and 20 a day. If it's the first campaign that we're running, that just gives you enough budget to let Facebook learn, let the algorithm kind of learn about your audience and your ad campaigns that you're running. But sometimes you can get away with 10. I have a client right now where they're targeting anywhere from $5 to $8 a day, but they're running more than one lead campaign for different listings. But 10 is a good number to start with. 10 to 15 is a good number to start with. Then I usually would set a start date and an end date. And the end date, because this is a real estate listing style ad, sometimes I'll go 2 weeks, I can go a month, but you generally don't want to leave a campaign running for too long because it tends to need to be refreshed. And I always like to set an end date just because you don't want to kind of set something and then just leave it. You may forget that it's running if you're not checking things regularly and you're just going to keep spending money. So I commonly just make sure that I set an end date so that this isn't running forever. That's just a common practice that I go through. Now here with the audience section, this one is an important part. Again, as I mentioned, because we are using that special interest audience of real estate, this is something where you don't get a lot of ability to customize things on who you're targeting here. And that's okay. Leaving the age open, leaving it open to men and women is fine. The only thing that you're going to really want to change here is the area. We don't want to target all of Canada. So as for this example, I'm just going to say we're in Toronto. So I'm going to target the Toronto, Ontario area. But if you, as an example, are and you're limited to, you can't go less than 15 miles in this example. So, depending on your area, because we are a special interest category, you can't go below that, but you can go greater. So we can say, hey, we want to target a larger area radius. But if you're focused on a small area, as an example, I can say Richmond Hill. And this is, a smaller area in northern part of the city. So in this, I just deleted it. But in this case, I could, Richmond Hill. In this case, if I wanted to target just a different area, I could, go up there and just say, hey, I want this area. Again, even if that's beyond the area you want to target, it's fine. Let it run because Facebook will learn over time the areas and the interests audience that you really want to target on. And I very rarely have had clients who have needed to focus specifically on a tiny area. It's just better to let Facebook have a wider area, cast a wider net, although not too large, still to get leads for you. And you never know who's going to be your target area or where they're going to be from. So once we've got that area location, you are good to go there. The next thing we want to focus on, and this is really important as well, is placement. Now, this is one of the reasons why we chose to manually create this ad campaign as opposed to doing that Advantage Plus, because we want to control where the ad is going to be displayed. The placements are all about which parts of Facebook and Instagram are the ads going to be shown in. And here's the tip here. We are going to be very specific with where we're going to run these ads, because I've done a lot of these campaigns and I've seen what works and what doesn't. And I'm going to just show you right away. You want to make sure you turn Audience Network off. Audience Network is a series of sites, sometimes applications, commonly applications, off of Facebook. We want to focus these ads right on Facebook, right on the platform. So right away, you're going to turn off Audience Network. If you don't want your ads running on Instagram, as an example, deselect this. I commonly do Facebook and Instagram, but again, as I mentioned, sometimes I'll do an ad set only for Facebook and a separate one only for Instagram, just so I can test the quality difference, or I might adjust the budget slightly different for each. In this case, in this example, we're just going to leave everything as is. Now, what I do here is I take away some areas where we do not want our ad to show. I'm going to take everything else out. We just want our main feed and the marketplace. That's all we want. Stories and Reels, we're going to take those off. So there's a number of placements here, Facebook and Instagram, Stories and Reels. We don't want that because it's a taller ad. It's more for video. For this style of ad, it works really well in the feed. So we're just going to leave it there. In stream, sometimes I will actually leave this on. In this case, we're going to turn it off. And then search results, we don't need that as well. So we're really focusing on only a few placements. And again, the reason I'm doing this is because I know that these convert better with this style of ad campaign. So that's what we want to run. Once you've got that done and set up, we're good to go. We can move on to creating our actual ad. And we're going to whip through this really fast as well. So in this case, sometimes I'll create more than one ad. I might choose a different copy for the ad, or I might choose different visuals. In this example, I'm just going to create one ad. So I'm just going to name that ad 1. But again, this is so that I can test ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, that kind of thing. The next thing you want to look for here is the identity. Again, make sure the correct Facebook page is selected here. And then you want to also select your Instagram account if you are using Instagram as a placement. If you are just focusing on Facebook, this won't even show up. So now we have a few options. In some cases, you can create a single image ad. You can create a video ad. You can create a carousel ad. I am going to do other videos where I'm going to demonstrate other style of ads you can do and the best common practices. For example, if you're doing a video ad, what are the common settings? What's a good headline? What's good information to put on that ad and set it up? If you're doing carousel, I'm going to show you how to create a carousel ad. Those are very effective as well. So again, make sure to like and subscribe below. When I create those videos, you'll get notified about them and can follow the step-by-step way that I'm doing it, just like I am in this video. And that way you will be able to follow along and test those out as well. And I recommend you do test it because sometimes certain types of ads work better than others. So let's just quickly go down. What we're going to do, we're going to leave this a single image or video. We're going to remove the creative that's there. So we want to wipe this out. We want to start from a clean slate. Now, I've already got a couple visuals as an example. These are just examples to show you, but you want to create, you want to use an image that is a nice image of the outside of a house. You want to, again, test different visuals and see what works for you. So I'm just going to select one that I know I've saved here on my computer. I'm going to go and quickly grab that. Just make sure I've got the right one. We're going to upload that. It's going to upload quickly and easily here. And then we can select it and it's going to pop it right into our ad. So sometimes you may want to crop it. You may want to adjust the way it appears. That looks perfect. Look at that. Nice and beautiful. And then you will also get these adjustments, creative adjustments, where you're basically allowing, you'll see it's showing examples of what it can do with different things. In this case, I don't want to let Facebook kind of manipulate this photo. I like the way it's set up, so we're just going to leave that. This is another option where it can add music to your ad. I'm just going to turn all these things off. I'm happy with this image. I don't need Facebook to kind of adjust it for me. So we're going to pop it in and click done. And it is there. Again, some of those settings are there so that Facebook can help you manipulate the graphic if it deems it's necessary. The next thing we need to do is add primary text, and that's the text that will show above the ad image here, a headline which will show right down here, and then our call to action. So I am just going to copy and paste some text that I created as an example, and we're going to copy that here, and I'm going to put it in just to save you some time. So we've got that in. You're going to see how that shows up here. Now I want to show you something that's important. Now this is the preview of how your ad will show, and you can see the difference of how it's going to show on Instagram, how it's going to show on Facebook, that kind of thing. Now sometimes what people will do is they will write in text and they might add a line right at the top. And I want to show you why not to do that. Right away you can see that although my sentence is the right length, if I had gone like this, attention Toronto, I'm losing all this space up here. All this other space in my message could get cut off, and you've got the see more there. I want people to be able to see that before Facebook kind of trims that message. So I'm just going to make sure that we're taking advantage of all of that. And again, this is when you're setting up your copy, you want to make sure that the preview looks right. Some people will click see more, some won't. And again, if you do the see more, you're going to see more space here. So I will adjust it after in terms of adjusting some of this stuff and my contact information. So we've got that. And then again, sometimes I will recommend realtors just include contact information here as well, because you never know, someone might, they might prefer to call right away instead of filling out that form. So at least this way you've kind of got this little preview. Don't mind these little characters. It's just from where I copy and pasted that it's showing these weird extra characters here, but I think I got rid of that now. So again, just go through the preview and look at how your text copy is set up. Again, this is just an example to show you what you can do here. Let's get a title in. So I've got another one up here I can copy and paste in as a headline. And again, you're going to see that right below here. And this is don't miss out on these hot real estate properties. Any sort of a headline you can use, you want to capture someone's attention. You want to add a little bit of an urgency or a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out. That gets people's attention and gets them to act. So make sure that your headline doesn't get cut off, but you want something great. And sometimes what I will also do is I'll make this title case. I didn't do it in this example, but if you title everything, I wouldn't always use all caps. While that could help you stand out, but title case looks a little bit more professional and nice. The next thing is the call to action, and this is the button. You see the button on the bottom here where it shows sign up. We don't want to use sign up. The best thing to do here, I've tested a bunch of these, is learn more. Learn more, just it works well. So what happens when someone clicks that button is they're going to get to that lead form. The lead form is going to show right in the app. So you're not taking somebody off of Facebook to your website. You're keeping them on Facebook, and you're making it quick and easy for them to set up and submit their name, email, and phone number. So leave it at learn more. That's a good call to action button. The next and final thing we have to do here, before we get to that, just scroll to the very bottom, make sure that your pixel is enabled. Now I'm going to quickly jump out here. I do want to remind you that another important thing, as you will see, I've scrolled to the bottom on the demo here, and I'm going to show you to enable the pixel. The reason why that's important is the pixel helps you track data about the activity that's happening on your ads. If you haven't set up the pixel on your website, if you don't have it set up on your account, I want you to click this link right here so you can watch a video where I show you how to set up and install that Facebook pixel. It's really important. So if you don't have that set up on your account, do that now. Let's go back to the video now. I'm going to show you how to finish setting up this lead form ad. Okay, make sure your pixel is enabled here. Offline events, it's fine to have that, but the main thing is your website events. And if you wanted to, you could add UTM parameters down there as well. We have to create a form. This is an important step because your ad, you see right here, I'm getting an error message. We need to have the form set up. It's quick and easy to set up. Click on the create the form, and it's just warning us about something. Now we want to name the form. Now commonly I customize these for each property listing. So again, I'm just going to name it. I do customize it for each listing, and the main reason is just to more personalize this form. You could use a generic form for every listing you have. That does save you a little bit of time the next time you create one of these lead forms. However, there is a section that I'm going to show you at the bottom here where you add a link, and sometimes I will link back to the actual property listing. Now with this more volume form type, I don't recommend you use that. It tends to attract a lot of spam. And the reason for that is because Facebook makes it really easy by auto-populating the data from some of these forms. So if our form, as an example, has name, email, and phone number, Facebook, when someone clicks to open up this form, is going to automatically populate the information there using data that you created, that you entered when you created your Facebook profile. Now, a lot of people created their profiles like 10, 15, 20 years ago. So their address probably isn't correct. Their in terms of their email address, it's probably an old one. It may not be the one that they want to get the email to. They may not check it often. And phone numbers are commonly outdated. So I hear a lot from my clients when they get these leads, they're saying, hey, this is spammy stuff that people it's not the right phone number. They say they didn't complete the form. So that's why I recommend you use the higher volume or higher intent lead form ad. There is another one called Rich Creative. I am going to cover that in another video. So if you do want to see that video, comment below, write in Rich Creative form. And that way I'll know that you're interested in seeing that video. But also remember, like and subscribe below because I am going to create a video for that soon. And I want you to get notified when I do. Okay, let's go back and finish creating this form. So as mentioned, we're going with high intent. And the reason why this is better is it doesn't auto-populate your data. It doesn't auto-populate a person's name, phone number, and email. It forces them to type it in, so you make sure that that's accurate. But it also as well adds a step at the end when they complete the form where instead of clicking submit, they actually slide their finger to accept. It just means that while it is an extra step someone takes, it helps to ensure the accuracy of the information being submitted. So I've tested this. It's much better than the other form, and it works. So go with this. Now, the next thing is you have to create an intro. I commonly leave it here as use the image from the ad. It's just, consistent with the ad that people are already seeing. So we've got that there, makes that part easy. And then we need a headline. You can adjust this any way you want, but it's basically just, you see the headline so people know what they're entering for. You could add a description. If you wanted to have some other piece of information, you could add that here. I'm just showing you as an example. It shows right under here. But again, you could remove that greeting altogether if you wanted. Again, I like to have the greeting, so we're just going to add it back, but I'll delete this text. And then the next thing we need is questions. You can, if you want, add additional questions on the email. For example, if you wanted to ask someone, are they looking to buy now or in 3 months? You could add an extra step there. Typically, depending on the client, we will sometimes do that, sometimes not. In this case, we're just going to go with the regular questions in terms of getting their pre-filled information. So the one other thing I want to add here is, where is it? Contact fields, phone number. So we typically want, and you can drag these to adjust the order. So I typically write full name, email, phone number. We leave it like that. And again, this is the preview of how it looks. The next thing is you have to add in a privacy policy. So go to your website. So I'm just putting in a dummy link there, and then I will say privacy. And that way it will add that at the bottom here so that you've got that link text so someone can click it. And then if you wanted to, you could add a custom disclaimer. We don't need that. Review screen. So again, see the slide to submit? That's that extra step someone goes through once they're completing the form so they see it. Once they do that, you have the ability to customize a message at the end. So thanks, you're all set. I might do something like, thanks, check your, and you can write, something else you want if you want below. And then what I will do in terms of call to action, I will usually add a link here. Again, you add the text. So check out. Now, if it was an ad for a listing, we would click to take someone right to the listing website, landing page listing for that listing. In this case, as this example, I'm doing this lead form more for somebody who's looking for local listings in the area. So I might add something like check out the hottest, and I would add the link to my website. This is my website, but if it was my client as a realtor, that would go to their website, and we're good to go. Got that in, and that's it. So once we create the form, you're done. That's it. So again, you can see the preview here. So someone will get the form, they get the message, they click next. It goes to the next form asking them to submit their information. Again, you can customize all of the info that's prompted on this form in these areas here. Go to the next screen. It shows them the preview. This is what you're electing to submit. They have to slide to submit. And once they do that, they get taken to this thank you email or thank you message showing the confirmation. And then again, they could click a button if they want to go to the website right away from there. But that's it. You're done. You create the form, and it's telling me that there are some errors here. Oh, I do need to add information here. Example text. So we're just going to add that in there. And there's another one of a description. Oh, this is just at the top. Please complete the form below. So I'll just add something like that. And that's, again, always look for these errors because it'll tell you what you've done wrong. So again, just customize all of these little things. I might just say thanks up here. And then you can customize all of this stuff as you like. And then create the form. You are done now. The form is saved. And again, the next time you create an ad, a lead form ad, you could select that same form. You could delete it. You could duplicate it if you wanted to create a similar form and just update that link on the bottom as an example. I do that sometimes. It just saves a bunch of steps the next time you want to go in and create one of these ads. So you're done. That's it. Again, we can go through and review everything that we've set up in this ad. And then once you're done, you would click publish. Okay. I'm not going to do that now because I don't want this to go live, but you would click publish. You would see a message. Facebook would show you that it is uploading that ad campaign for you, and you're done. It's that simple. Again, if you did want to stop halfway through, you could also select close, and that's going to save the ad. But again, the ad is in draft mode. So if you ever come in and you see that, hey, there's something in draft, it's not running yet, and you see this little icon up here about review and publish, that's telling you that there are ads that weren't completed and fully submitted. So you need to make sure that you click this button. And you'll see this kind of a box. It'll say, hey, we've got a campaign that needs to run, publish it. And you just click publish, and it's going to upload all of these pieces, the campaign, the ad set, and the ads that you have. It's that simple, and you're done. So that's it. In this video, we created a lead form ad type. And this is a great ad, a great Facebook and Instagram ad to help you collect those leads for your real estate business. Now, whether you're doing an example like we did here, whether you want to do an ad that's trying to generate leads from potential buyers, you can use this ad type. You just want to customize the creative and the messaging on the form and the ad for whatever you're using. I commonly do these for clients that have listings for sale and will show images and pictures of the property. So sometimes I will do these with carousel ads. So if you want to see a full demo, just like I did here, but for a carousel style ad, just comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video so you get notified the next time I create a video. You don't want to miss it. Now, when you're creating carousel ads, there are some tips and tricks. Knowing the best images, the order of those images, how to customize, because each one can have a separate link if you wanted to do that, or a different title. And there are some best practices on how to get people to scroll on these, because a carousel ad is really showing more than one image, almost in a slideshow style. Sometimes, especially with specific property listings, that's a great way to create interest. So that people can see some of what the property is like before they actually are getting in touch with you. So I'm going to give a full demo of that. Make sure, again, that you stay tuned for that video. And if you do need help with your real estate listings, with advertising and promoting your business or your listings, please feel free to reach out to me. I've got a link below on how you can access my website and get in touch with me. If you wanted one-on-one help on how to create ads for yourself, I do that a lot with clients where I will teach them step by step how to create these ads. Customized just for your business. So if you want to reach out and book an appointment with me, you can do that below as well. That's it for this video. Once again, my name is Lowell Brown from Going Social. I hope you found this video very, very helpful. Stay tuned for more. I will see you in the next video.